everybody, William John Ray back with another episode of Design and Invest. This is a ride-along episode. The first stop is here in North Hollywood, and it is the property behind me, the Vineland 4 units that we're building. We're just checking in on progress. We got the stone guys here ready to do the the countertops, and just sort of checking on everything else. Let's go over a couple details and cool things that we are doing over here. Okay, let me go over a couple details that we're doing, design details on the front of this property that are pretty cool. We're doing a two-tone with the stucco, so we have gray and white combination of the two. The railings are white, the doors are white, the fascia board and the eaves are white. We also brought in this really cool material. It's like an aluminum siding, and that runs all the way down this sort of flute right here, and that is a white aluminum siding. And we're also doing all of the sort of the eaves over the porches and the parking and things like that with that same material, just to give it a nice contrast. And also North Hollywood here is really hip. It's kind of a hip feature. It's very industrial and kind of plays into that that industrial vibe that's very prevalent here in North Hollywood. On the insides, we're also doing a combination of the grays and whites. We're doing gray vinyl flooring. On the cabinetry, the lowers, we're doing a dark gray veneer, wood veneer. And on the uppers, we're doing more of like an ivory wood veneer. White quartz counters. The island's gonna be waterfalled with white. So it's that nice contrast of whites and grays and sort of hues of both. And then the backsplash, I'm carrying through a nice kind of ivory and light gray sort of geometric pattern. It's gonna look really cool. Stone guy is starting today. You see all the materials here for his, all the sinks and stuff ready for him. Yeah, let's go over some other details in the property so you can see. Right now it's still full-blown construction mode, but it's coming down to the wire here, and the finish details are about to really go in, and the icing on the cake. Because I have really good cost on things, I wanted to do a little extra, a little more than normal developers do on these properties to really set me apart from the competition. So that's why we're doing the aluminum cladding on the outside. On the inside, these doors, I could have easily just used the glass sort of bypass doors, and you know, $200 a piece. This actually is only $350 per door, so it's a little more than normal, but I get good costs on this, and it really is a conversation piece. It's the same as we're doing on the cabinets, and on the inside, it's not just your normal white shelf and pull cheap apartment style. It's actually, you know, classy. I only pay like $150 for these, so total for this is like $500 per closet with the door and the inside, but it goes a long way rather than just cheap white bypass doors or cheap mirrored bypass doors and shelf and pull. So it's the little things that matter. Okay, and in the bathrooms, I chose a nice gray sort of wood grain looking tile. It's a really cool tile. It's only like $2 a square foot. It's not gonna break the bank, but I did use nice big apron tubs. It's a classier tub. It's probably $100 more per tub than the normal cheaper tubs. But again, the little things, they go a long way, and it doesn't break the bank. I'm building for pretty cheap, and I know what I'm doing, so I'm able to do these little tweaks, spend the money in the right places. The returns will come back, you know, tenfold for something like that. I didn't choose cheap shaker cabinets like everybody in the world is doing. I wanted to do a veneer flat panel, more modern, sleek look. These in the kitchen, we did all lowers with a dark gray. In the bathrooms, we're doing all vanities in a sort of ivory wood grain, and we're doing a gray quartz in here. So in the kitchen, it's gonna be white quartz on gray cabinets, and here in the vanities, it's gray quartz on white sort of ivory cabinets. And it's gonna look really nice. We have nice rectangle undermount sinks, double vanities everywhere I could fit one. This isn't the biggest double vanity, but this is an ensuite bathroom, and having a double vanity goes a long way. Most developers, they just put a single in a space this size, but if you could fit double, do it. It goes a long way. Like I said, the small things. One smart thing I did to save a couple bucks on this property is I didn't go crazy with light fixtures. If you notice in this property, the only light fixtures you have are recessed lights. I didn't drop pendants over the island. I didn't do one over the sink. I didn't do even vanity light fixtures over the vanity. I just chose recessed lights and went to town on those. You're gonna have plenty of light, but you save a little money on doing that, and it's sleeker, clean. You don't have to worry about light fixtures becoming dated. This is more of a timeless kind of property. Light fixtures and finishes like that, they become dated very quick. You could tell by looking at a fixture when that was renovated or done. This house is probably one that we're gonna be keeping, these 4 units. And so I wanna make sure that I'm building them quality. You know, we had the vinyl flooring that are really easy to clean, durable. So between renters, you know, they're not gonna hammer these floors. Even if they have pets, they're not gonna get really hammered. I chose nice flat molding, you know, 1-panel doors, things like that, so there's not too much trim work. You know, if you have like a ton of trim work, you're gonna have to touch up that over the years. Plus, this is just cleaner and flat, easy to paint, easy to maintain, and yeah. Kitchen functionality is really important. So any kitchen that I design, whether it's a prefab cabinetry or custom cabinetry, these are custom. I do most of my kitchens custom because I have really good pricing. I keep my guys very, very busy, and so I get really good pricing. But functionality is everything. So you're on the island, you're prepping, you're conversating, you turn around, you're doing your dishes, your sink is right here, you have your stove right here. The triangle and the workflow is really good. Plus functionality like this, for instance. Next to the stove, we have a built-in spice rack. So a lot of people, when they design kitchen stuff, they don't think of these things. They don't consider it. Here, when you're prepping and doing stuff, you're chopping, you have your trash, you scoop it into the trash. So it's all sort of flowing together. Right here in this area right here, I did a false panel here so I could put an outlet. Because in an island, every 4 or 5 feet, you have to put an outlet. A lot of people, they put them on the sides. This is gonna be waterfalled sides, so I don't wanna interrupt that. I want that to be clean, just quartz. A lot of people just cut out the quartz and put it right here on the side. I don't like that. Or put it in the front side and you see it from there, and it's not functional. How are you gonna use that? When are you gonna use that? Right here, you have a blender, you're making margaritas for your friends, you plug in right here. Whatever you apply, your you know, juicing lemons. You got your lemon juicer right here, you plug in. Very, very easy, functional, makes a lot of sense. Also, the cabinets, I put an extra lip. You see this lip right here? It's just a little small things. This, somebody can add recessed lights later, not recessed lights, but under cabinet lighting. I'm not gonna put it, but I position the cabinets and build them in a way to where if you wanna add them later, you can, and they're gonna be tucked under there and hidden. You're not gonna see them. And you know, I use nice tall uppers. This is vaulted ceilings in here, so we wanna go nice and tall. So I believe these are 42-inch uppers. And then, you know, you have a beautiful kitchen that anybody would be happy with. You also have the Lazy Susan. You know, put stuff in the back that you can't reach, so that way you're not killing and putting a dead corner. Okay, I was in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd stop by. This is the new project that we have going on. We are in escrow right now on this property. The tenants move out, I believe, in a week or 2. We take possession in probably 3-4 weeks maybe. In the meantime, we're working on the demo permits and all this other stuff. We will be building a double duplex here. So 2 units, ADU in the middle, ADU in the back, and converting one of the garages to another ADU, getting a total of 7 units. And there's a lot up and down the street like this. It's a pretty straightforward build. And we're excited for it. We're going to be doing more and more of this in the coming future. This is the next one. This is the Klump property, K-L-U-M-P, Klump. Okay, as you see, they're popping up and down the street over here. So that's a duplex. Same thing on this side, duplex. But we're doing something a little different. They're just getting 4 units. We're getting 7 because we're doing ADU. We're really maximizing every square foot of the lot size, and buying this property RTI, which is ready to issue permits in hand. So we are literally ready to build the second that we take possession. Okay, we are at the next property on our list for today's ventures. This is the Calvert property, also in North Hollywood. We finished this a few months ago, and it's been on the market. We were in escrow, we fell out of escrow. Now we're back in escrow, and this buyer seems real serious, and she's really stoked about the property. She wants to hire me to do some other stuff, like building decks and other stuff, you know, so we'll see where that goes. But I'm here to check on a couple things, make sure that we're good. They're having all their buyer inspections, and yeah, I mean, we're rocking and rolling on this. It's not gonna be a huge money maker, as you remember, or may not. Before, we planned on building an ADU in the back, proper size 1,200 square foot, 4-bedroom ADU, and making that 3 units total. We have the junior ADU here, the main house, and then we were building it back. We ended up scrapping that idea because, you know what, like, I'd rather do multifamily, bigger units than ADU type stuff on small single family homes. And, you know, plans changed. So we just decided to sell this with plans in hand, the 2 units that are here, with plans in hand to build that if the person that buys it wants to build it. Otherwise, they just have a giant backyard. But let's go inside, check on things, and make sure everything's cool. Okay, we're at the last stop of the day. This is the Santa Ana property. This is a flip I'm helping out with, doing the project management and design for one of my clients. And I don't really take projects out this far. Santa Ana's pretty far from me, but it's a fairly quick one. We're here at the tail end. We're gonna be taking photos probably tomorrow or the next day. But right now, just finishing up all the you know, loose ends, the maids inside, touch up paint, landscapers here, you know, tying up everything there. But let's go in and check on the progress. Okay, so let me give you a little background on this, because I don't think I posted on this very much. This house we took on about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 months ago. The owners bought the house with tons of stuff in it. It was like a hoarder's house. The guy that owned it, his wife died, I think maybe 10, 15 years ago. So he's living by himself there. He kind of let it go, let stuff go. He became a hoarder. He had a good amount of money though. So it wasn't like he was a broke, crazy hoarder, hoarding trash and things like that. It was more like hoarding, you know, collectibles. It was full of vinyl train cars and just cool collectible stuff. I think they said that the guy had like $500,000 in his bank account when he died too. So by no means broke, but just, you know, you could tell by being here, seeing it, that he was a very depressed guy, probably, you know, boozing it up, who knows, but he passed away and his relatives inherited the property, and my client bought the property for a good price, including everything that was here, cars, collectibles. They sold all the collectibles and cars, and then brought me in to help him renovate and design the property. And here we are, you know, 3 months later, and we have a finished product. I didn't go crazy in this house. We didn't need to. You know, the comps in this neighborhood are, you know, 800,000-ish. I think they bought it for 600,000-ish. So there's not a ton of juice in this property. So we just painted everything. We kept the original windows. Over here is HPOZ neighborhood. So you have to really stay in the guidelines. You can't stray too far from the current design without a lot of permission. So I just kept it original. All the paint that was on the outside, I just freshened it up with the same color, new paint, scraped off all the old dry rot and stuff and patched it. Windows, just fixed them, painted them, and just freshened everything up. They had some beautiful hardwood floors that we refinished. And then the kitchen, all new kitchen, new cabinets, new countertops. In the bathroom, it only had one bathroom, that was a full bathroom. And so we went ahead and juiced that one up, new tile, $2 square foot tile, new vanity, new countertops, nothing crazy. You know, we didn't do new electrical or plumbing. We just patched and made sure everything was working condition, and yeah, just not overdoing it. That way the client can make as much money as humanly possible. People can come here, it's a blank canvas. They can do what they want to it on top of what's here.
and make it their own. But have a look around. I got a lot of stuff to do, check in with the trade, make sure we finish so we can photograph this tomorrow or the next day. The befores in this property were pretty wild. This backyard was so overgrown. This concrete, you didn't even know was here. It was covered probably 8 feet high, full of debris and overgrown. The earth had swallowed what was here. I guess at some point they tried to build a deck out here, and so it was just old deck material that was just, you know, dilapidated. Everything was just, there was a mound of dirt in the middle that was like 6 foot high, like a big mound. I have no idea why. When we leveled it out, no dead body, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, again, we put some grass, new sprinkler systems, old shed in the back. It was in perfect condition, so we just painted it up. Garage just painted, you know, didn't overdo it, and I think the client is gonna make a couple bucks, and that's at the end of the day. Could have spent a lot more and still gotten the same results on the sale wise. So I think we did what was best for our client on this property. If the staging looks familiar to you, it's because we moved it straight from our Arleta property that's closed to here. These chairs that were repurposed from the Arleta property are now here, as well as 90% of the interior. It made sense, timing was worked out. Shot it over here, saved a couple bucks on doing that. But I'm gonna leave you here, guys. I have to head out, but remember, design, invest, and repeat.